Union Township. I've donated thousands of hours and $1,000+ I left my business, much like many volunteers left their lives for months to serve this community. And it saddens me the way that this board has responded to those who have been so gracious. The 4 members that were appointed by Judge Gilman fully knew that they were walking into those appointed positions during a state of emergency with absolutely no staff or professionals. Not only did I do all of the things that I provided on a list here, which from making board packets to agendas, to getting you all on the bank accounts, the signature cards, to putting in all the data for bill pays. I'm now giving out park rental keys and checking bathrooms. To copying all emails, to doing the 2 fire contracts, 1 CRM's contract, to researching the SWIFT to find out that they didn't have insurance, to being in the CCAN, finding the Tuscany bond for us to collect on. So not only did I do all that for the first 4 months of our term together, but I also participated in everything the board did as a group. Just to see some of the supervisors continually complain, to be non-responsive to emails, to be unwilling to help or even accept the information by email, forcing volunteers and myself to provide paper copies of all the information, while not one of them even offered to come down here and make copies for the others. After the board unanimously chose to release an employee from their duties, after the recommendations from the trainers we hired, this board voted to spend almost $1,000 to re-advertise that position. Then, after 2.5 weeks of me and a volunteer asking who they wanted to interview, what times they were available, with no responses, 3 board members chose to boycott that interview process, in my opinion. By not responding to the numerous requests nor showing up to executive session for the purpose of staffing this building. And now, those resumes are over 1.5 months old, and will now be voting again to spend taxpayers' money to re-advertise that very same position. I believe that there has been multiple executive sessions with 3 supervisors outside the Sunshine Law, where decisions have been made, such as changing locks to have the Monongahela Police Department block up the secretary's office and an evidence room, to stop home sales in this community, and the completion of the 2022 audit that the auditor's been trying to reach out to us for. This building has been, for the most part, closed for business for over a month. There has been no response to my multiple emails from anyone other than Mr. Wilson. There has been no offer to help in any way or any manner from the other board members. On Friday evening, after talking and pleading to our state representative, Andrew Kuzma, he stopped into our executive session and asked, "How can I help Union Township?" It was then answered by one of my fellow board members that she hates to cut him short, but we have things to do. That is exactly what was said when it happened, board.
I'll back it up.
No, it isn't.
Mr. Kuzma would back it up. I don't know what my fellow board members are interested in.
Not our business.
The last meeting, the last meeting that our former treasurer was at, I got a bill pay that listed insurance on it, disability insurance for our road crew, dating back to 2021. Now, I had asked to put on the amount on the agenda for our bill pay 3 days before, 2 days before, 1 day before, but I got presented at a meeting. And I was like, what is this about? Nobody could answer me before the meeting, so I voted no on the bill pay because I didn't understand why we would be paying thousands and thousands of dollars for insurance that was years old. So after the meeting, Mr. Parrish told me, oh yeah, that they didn't have it, and it's in their union contract. I said, well, they do have disability insurance. It's through the Teamsters Welfare Fund. And oh no, the treasurer looked into it, we didn't have it. Sure enough, we did have it through the Teamsters Welfare Fund. But my question authorized opening up an insurance policy for employees, whether they had it or not had it. There has to be a board motion to make that expenditure. It doesn't just hit a bill pay to vote on the amount after somebody else made the decision to do it without board motion. That should have been on the agenda. It seemed to me that some of my board members knew about
I didn't know nothing about it till it was showed right here at the meeting, and you saw
it. You
right.
knew on the way out the meeting,
No,
you were telling me,
Mr.
oh, it was a
No,
big
no,
to-do, we had to bring the
no,
road crew in, and
but
she
no.
found it, we had to bring each one of the road
No.
crew in, cause it's in their contract.
No,
You can deny it now, but that was
but,
that.
well.
Then why
can
did you
deny it.
vote to
You can
approve
deny it.
that bill
You know,
pay?
Michelle, tell the
Why did
truth.
you
When you tell the
approve the bill
truth,
pay?
Michelle, you don't have to know who you told the lies to,
Oh.
and that's all I'll say.
Oh,
Alright? No, that's the end of it.
But,
Yeah.
but this, let me stop right.
so that
But
should,
let me stop, but we did pay for something we already had.
and
we
somebody
did-
opened up a
One second,
policy.
let me talk, let me please. I did check into it, we do have our disability insurance through the Teamsters.
Yeah.
So, you sent, and I think I gave you guys an email about this last couple weeks ago. You need to contact PSAS because you sent an application and you paid that money to PSAS when you already had it through Teamsters. So you're gonna have to authorize somebody to,
And that bill, Mr. Maple said was back to 220 or something.
but that's,
Back-
but that's.
I know, and you were right here too, and we said about that, you said, peace out, you better pay it.
Well, but the fact of the matter is, that just shut,
No, what his exact words were, if you're unsure, don't vote for it.
all right.
And
so-
not one of you could answer my question on why we were doing that.
But again, you need to get the money back from PSAP because you spent it, another thing I hate when somebody walks up to me in a meeting and say, here, tell me what you think, because then I got a 5-page document, I'm not gonna give you advice. But I think you need to give direction for somebody to get that money back from PSAP because the Teamsters pays for your liability, pays for your sick and accident. So you guys paid money to PSATs for the road crew when they already had that coverage. So you need to get that money back from them.
Where does it say, Denny, when you talk to the Teamsters, in their contract, they're covered for, dismemberment and death, right?
Sick and accident.
Sick and accident, dismemberment and death. And that disability, if that's what we're talking about, that disability was added, I guess, at some point in the past through the PSATs to provide additional disability coverage to protect a portion of their income in the event they were
It's
disabled.
not added by PSATs. As you said, you helped Mary Ann do those bills. See this one here, Teamsters Welfare Fund? Go read it. It's their disability. It wasn't PSATs. They've had it through the Teamsters Welfare Fund for years.
But the-
Where does it say that in their
Go
contract?
look,
According to John
go
Sherman.
look at
Where
the
does it say
disability.
that in the contract? That they have disability? I never saw it.
Then why did you have PSATs disability? In the tune of $4,000 at 2 meetings ago.
Well, at some point in the past, Michelle, they had, my
Don't tell me
understanding.
that I put it
But
on.
Yeah.
they had it right
But
here,
they-
Teamsters Welfare Fund. Go look at the
Well,
bill.
yeah, I wanna
It's
see
disability.
what the Teamsters Welfare Fund
You were
says.
helping her do the bills the other day, remember?
All right, it's
It was that,
it's not.
that particular heading, Michelle.
That's at 9:00.
And as far as you say nobody comes down here, I know Parrish
Nobody
comes
comes
down
down to
here.
help,
I,
that's what I said.
what do you
nobody
mean, the
comes down to help.
day-to-day tasks you talking
And
about?
anything, I haven't seen you help. I've seen you come down. I never said you
I
didn't
don't
come down.
get help, I never got.
I sat there in that outer office.
I didn't get a
Michelle.
response either. I gave them all your offer of help, Mr.
Okay, it
was
Guzzo.
helping
Nobody
with-
responded to me, so I'm sorry about that.
Okay, let's make a
Did
motion.
you set up a meeting with the gentleman so we could all talk to him?
Michelle set it up.
What
Why would she?
meeting? We can all
You
talk.
talking to Pete about it?
No, Pete gave a letter that he'd offered to help straighten out the office, which I put in everybody's mailbox.
I saw it,
That's what he's asking me.
Michelle, I saw it the other day.
Yeah, I
When
just
you
said
put- when
nobody
you put it on
responded
the
to me.
agenda.
I didn't put it
When
on
you
the
put-
agenda.
Who put it on the agenda? Mickey
It was
Mouse.
on the last agenda, but it ended. But we didn't
Let's
finish.
make a motion, Adjourn.
What about the soccer association?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Field?
Didn't
address the soccer
You skipped the soccer association.
Did you guys read your
You tell
emails
the
from the
bills.
soccer association? Did you guys read your emails from the soccer association?
I read the email.
Okay. And Steve Wells, anyone else read it?
When did we get it? When was it distributed?
Earlier this
It
week.
wasn't distributed. There's nobody to distribute for you. It was emailed to all of you.
That's what I'm talking about, email
Okay, you said
distribution,
distributed.
Michelle.
I don't know the exact date. I saw it come through, a request. Actually, Diana was still here at the time, because I saw she responded to them, so I don't know the exact date. But they're making a request to use the concession stand and stuff eventually. So we can table that discussion until you read your emails.
When do they wanna use this, when do
They wanna know about next season.
is that, when does next season start?
I don't know. I was hoping one of my other board members could reach out to them and find out all those facts. They would
I
like to-
never saw their email. Out of every member, and I look at my emails every day, and I get tons of emails from Dennis, you.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I never get any from you. Funny.
Anyway, Michelle, the door is damaged going into the concession stand, so we're waiting until it gets fixed before I answer.
Does anyone know when soccer season is? Is that a spring or, I didn't
It's
have.
both.
Spring and fall.
Spring and
It's
fall.
both. It starts usually in
Fall usually
August,
starts around the middle of August.
and then it starts again like in April.
Maybe if you know, if you got your finger on the pulse of
March.
the park, maybe you could, what they want is the upper field. And
The
using the
upper field's
concession
okay.
stand.
The concession stand, we can't do because it can't be secured. Somebody damaged the door trying to jimmy it open.
Wow.
About a week and a half ago.
Well, that lock or that handle, it's been broke for a good
No,
while.
we're talking about going into the concession area, not the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Albert and I were talking about it the other day, so we know the door's ordered.
I want to make a motion to adjourn.
I already made it before.
No, Steve already made it. Anyone to second his motion to adjourn? By the way, the lady from, okay, roll call.
All in favor, say aye.
Dave?